Wow, now that's what you call good football.
My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. Tell them line it up. Like a 4th and 1, we sneaky when we slide them. Yellow offense with no defense, now y'all time is up. We make the hits, y'all take the hits, and now we fired up. 3, 2, 1, don't need no break. Hut 1, hut 2, get it straight, that's how I like it. And we grind it every night to make it hit, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. See, we came up from the bottom, me and squad got it. And we made it through them problems, now it's God body. We eat, sleep, breathe this. Wave till they see sick. Do it right the first time, they all try to remix. Yeah, they grinded, but we grinded if tell them they time is ticking. But we time a fish. Bet not leave a minute, stop it. Something like the goat off in their pocket. Whole squizzy riding with me, who gon' stop it? My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this.
This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Detroit Lions. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Ready. Ultra.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Play action, now it's Tua. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Jose Borregales for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he'll be out right at the 35. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A first carry for Najee Harris. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they're just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
First down, and they go back to Harris. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Good running right there. And this is a man that was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. They run again with Harris. And down to the 36-yard line here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game, without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat. Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it, got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
On 2nd down and 4. Tua. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Harris has it over the middle. And in for the Lions, touchdown.
Najee Harris
from 19 yards away.
And the Lions are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it.
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So after the second down incompletion. They'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Burnett. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded at the 20. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Tua. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Got his man, it's Williams. And a loose football. And the Panthers have recovered.
This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. That one goes for 8 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Burnett, and he'll work this forward for about 3 and 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We're seeing so far as the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front, the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this one is right down the middle. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So able to force the fumble, but then they really couldn't move the football, Charles, and they get 3 points out of it.
And they made sure they got something out of that takeaway, didn't they? Because even if they couldn't put it in the end zone, they were not going to turn the ball back to them without putting something on the scoreboard.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
On 2nd and 9, Tua. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Tua sets up to pass it. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trade in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Now a give, running left is Harris.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Open man right side is St. Brown. He's got the 1st down and more. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 16. A very solid gain of 27.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tua to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. From the gun, it's Tua. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will knot us off at 10. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that did.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions. Touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there, 17 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. 46 yards on the ground for him so far.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. The offense on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Tua. He'll let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
Jamison Williams.
32 yards. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead is up to 14. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. He'll look to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll take it at the 42. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
Are you kidding me? Really? Are you kidding me?
Harris running straight ahead. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold it to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try the right side with Harris. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 2nd and 12, Tua. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 19. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Looking for Woods that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Tua to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. William Jackson with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get... And oh, he coughed it up! And this is scooped up by the Lions. set up shop at the 27-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. They looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these are
under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Yetur Gross-Matos. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. On the give, this is Harris. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 57 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing second and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like second and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a first down.
Hands it off out of the gun, and that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the fumble recovery hadn't set up an ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like that, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw here.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crack the throwing lanes?
This time they stay on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Well, they set the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Back to throw here. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Zadarius Smith picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Also, they're ready up today, partner, because they've forced 4 turnovers already. It's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll set up a throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. Here's the Panthers punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Shoves him aside. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again.
And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Looking to pass. Tua. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Tua going to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. It's Williams on the catch. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On second down, this is Harris. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit. That this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
They'll look to throw again. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one, not to have another turnover on his ledger.
This is taken at the 15. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7 though on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 109 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's swung out wide to Harris. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
That was just a good example of taking what the defense gave it. No one open downfield, knew where his safety valve was, swung it out to him. He gets upfield and picks up the first down. Well done all the way around.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
They hand this off to Harris. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So all things considered, that's not the final there, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. They'll find Everett there, complete. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Panthers
Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. 2nd and 6. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. A little short pass. This is Everett. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Lions will take over. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here comes the Lions punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And it's taken in at the 9. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because They're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They'll try again with the arm here on second down.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up the third down.
This has been a rough one to put it mildly for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And they'll indeed take a knee. Here's the Panthers punter now. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Here's the Panthers punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Lions will take over.
Let's go now. Hustle. Set.
And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.